Alright, Victorum Gaming fans, we are back. We're doing a Blood Red Skies battle report today. So we haven't gotten to deployment yet. We're going to take over the two forces. We're going to have Germans versus Brits here. Some 1940 action basically, so mainly 109s versus Spitfires. So we'll take a look at the British side first. What do we got?
There's going to be 5 Spitfire 2s on the table for the Brits, led by their ace, Sailor Milan. And then you're going to see a pilot skill 4, 2 pilot skill 3s, and a rookie pilot skill 2 who's just getting his feet wet in his first taste of combat.
Gotcha. And then
the Spitfire 2 comes with tight turn, as you can see. Looking at the numbers, Spitfire doesn't throw a lot of offensive dice, just 1 plus pilot skill. They are maneuverable at 3, and then they're a pretty quick plane for the time period, with 7 speed and tiebreaker being 357 miles per hour. You get a close look at Sailor Milan's ace cards. Set them up in Killer Instinct, which are pretty decent. Aggressive Tactics is the doctrine that they are using today, and then the 2 theater cards are Superior Armament and Radar Support.
Alright. Then over on the German side, so again, 109s. So we have, we're doing a little something out of time period here. So we got 4 of the 109Es, all at pilot skill 3. And then we're going to try out Erich Hartmann here, even though it is 1943. So we're going to kind of break the time period for that. But testing him out for the first time. Cards, so we're going to take 2 Great Climb, 2 Great Dive. Hartmann's going to take another Great Climb. He's got his ace skills, Tail Snapper and Mother Hen there. And then for our Doctrine and Theater cards, so we got Numbers and Clear Skies, so it's actually going to bring in 2 more 109s for us, and then Seasoned Pilots as well. So we'll see how things go. We got some deployment stuff happening, and then we'll be back to cover that. Alright, we are here. We got deployment set up, so let's take a look at what the British did sort of pre and during deployment. Go ahead.
Well, we played... what do we have here? We played radar. What's that called?
Radar support.
Radar support, thank you. Played some radar support to make maneuver checks when we deployed to see if we were advantaged or not. A success got us advantaged automatically to start the game and didn't have to roll on the chart. So, 3 out of the 5 planes were advantaged to begin with, and we had to make maneuver check, or the initial check for this 3 pilot skill, and then the rookie. The rookie, as you can see, does have cold feet and will begin the game disadvantaged, as many rookie pilots would, because he doesn't know what's going on. First taste of combat. So with what we have left over, I'll go ahead and shuffle up my event card deck, and you can see we have, like I said, the element of 3 planes deploying on this corner of this 4x4 playmat, and then the ace, Sailor Milan, and his wingman are deploying just over past the cloud on that side. Speaking of, there's a couple less clouds out there. Why is that?
So Germans played their card to basically reduce the cloud cover.
Clear skies,
Clear skies, yep. So we took 2 of the 4 out, so not so many clouds for the Brits to hide in. Then we played numbers, too, to basically give us 2 extra 109s, which is actually these guys here. So one of those guys made his roll, so he's advantaged. One of the 2 here also made his roll, and then all 3 of these guys, including our ace in that flight, made their advantage rolls. So these guys are definitely looking to pounce on some Spitfires. Maybe that pilot skill 2 guy, maybe he's not long for this world. So that is basically the deployment. So we do have the numbers advantage now. So we have a total of 7 109s, 6 of them with pilot skill 3, and then our ace, which is again Erich Hartmann, and then on the British side, we got Sailor Milan. We're going to call him Sailor Moon for now. Pissing people off. Then we're gonna shuffle up on our side. Then we'll get into turn 1 here, and we'll see how things go. All right, we're back at the end of turn 1. No shots fired yet. Basically just some maneuvering. Now let's go and take it through on the British side. What do we do?
Well, we are over some unfriendly territory here, as we can tell by being outnumbered. Clearly, we're over Germany. So,
actually, France.
Okay, we'll call it France. So the RAF decided to kind of play it a little slow and went half their speed, so they didn't fall out the air, and move up a little bit. You can see our ace and his wingman have moved up, and they were still They still had advantage, so they had no other actions to do this turn. The other element over here made a speed 4 move and then turned not quite 45 degrees. Again, 2 of them were advantaged, so they didn't have another pilot action to do. And then the rookie over here climbed for advantage, so at least he's not disadvantaged going into round 2. And that's pretty much the entire first round for the RAF.
Okay, and then on the German side, we basically moved up as a unit here. These guys were all advantaged to begin with, so kind of went about speed 4, 4.5 with those guys. These guys went a little bit faster than half and are starting to turn towards the center a little bit. These guys are just making their way around the clouds here as well. So then the guys that were neutral basically climbed for advantage. So no cards played on the first turn yet. So we'll come back at the end of 2. All right, we are back at the end of turn 3. Lots of shooting. Nobody dead yet. Let's take it through the British part of the turn, or most of their stuff.
The British have been doing what they've been doing most of the game, and that's mostly passing maneuver checks.
Oh.
To whether it be to outmaneuver or to dodge. They've been passing most of their checks. Had a couple head-to-head shots right here, Pat, last turn. You were hoping to shoot down my disadvantage 3. You scored a hit, but this pilot he didn't hit. However, he did pass his maneuver to dodge. The ace has kind of just been doing his thing, and he flew up and disadvantaged one of your pilots. However, they moved and gained advantage.
Yeah.
And then over here on this side of the table, we had pretty much no shots last turn on my end of this under the table.
You kind of disadvantaged one of my planes. We got that back to neutral by going into the clouds. Our ace got on the tail of his desperate pilot skill 2 guy there. Played a card which added some firepower for us, and we got the hit in. Scored a hit. Still can't get a crit ever apparently. And even with his freaking pilot skill 2, he still passed his maneuver test or dodge test. So we got reformed here. So one of the guys had to go off in the clouds, like we said, to escape this guy who was chasing him, and then these 2 guys are going to try and hunt down that pilot skill 2 and hopefully not take anything from the other 2 incoming Spitfires here. So.
And each game we played, we learned a little bit more. We got to see the wingman effect happening over here when this plane, before they made their move, was possibly taking a shot from this guy, but your ace, that is bumped, was in the front arc. I'm in the front arc of the ace, so I was not able to shoot due to the wingman effect. Right. So, like I said, each time we play, we get a little bit more better with the rules, We get better with the rules, and each more. I don't know what to say at this point, Chris, but the game's fantastic, and other than rule books not being the best written, we're still having a great time with it.
Yeah. So we gotta hopefully in this turn put our numbers to advantage here. We got there's only one more plane currently, but once we start downing some of these Spitfires, hopefully then our 7 planes will start to wear these guys down. So we'll be back. This was 3, I think, so we're going to be back after 4. All right, we are back at the end of 5. Let's take it through the British.
Well, our ace had a guy lined up after tailing him and made the hit. Couldn't, but the German plane made its maneuver test, so no shot down plane there. But on the flip side, the Brits did lose their 3 pilot skill to
one of our 3s.
To one of your 3s, I believe, in this area of the map right here.
Right.
Other than that, it's been just a lot of jockeying for position, not a whole lot of shooting.
Yeah.
Earlier, your ace disadvantaged the 4 pilot skill of the Brits, which made it pretty challenging. Canceled out the wingman effect for this fella here to shoot, but of course,
lucky number 2
here who survived pretty much every encounter he's faced. I guess even aces have to start at pilot skill 2, right? I mean, you got to go somewhere.
Right.
So, other than that, it's just been a lot of jockeying for position. We have some guys coming out of the clouds and tailing. Here, luckily, they made their maneuver check you missed your fire, but you missed your attack. So but next turn we'll see what happens there.
Yep. We're still trying to chase number 2 down, but he did a tight turn actually, so it's going to be a little bit rough this turn to actually get him. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, luckily he was able to play aggressive tactics first, which is a doctrine card? Yeah, doctrine card, which gives you the bonus tight turn, which I was also holding. So basically, he got to turn 90 degrees before he even made a move. And at the time was disadvantaged, so he made the 90-degree turn, made his full move, and then climbed for advantage.
Yeah.
So put himself back in better shape.
So yeah, in the story of the game, he's somehow flying better than literally everyone else on the table, even though he's the lowest skill guy.
Ace has got to start somewhere.
Yeah. We're going to try and down him. That's our goal here with the Luftwaffe, so we can't let that guy live. We'll be back after 6. All right, we are back at the end of, I think, turn 6, I believe. Go ahead and walk us through the British part of the turn, or parts of the turn.
It was simple. They tried not to get shot down.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. The ace, Milan, he tried to get to tail one of your 109s before all the moving happened.
Yeah, it was that
they're
guy.
all over.
Yeah, moved away. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get the angle without causing the wingman effect to kick in. So he just slowed down a little bit to go head to head with the other two, and then climbed himself to prep for the next turn. So,
and
trying to stay
can
alive.
See here, lucky number 2 still alive. He got disadvantaged again and shot at once. Somehow survived again and is running away. But we're gonna keep chasing him. He might get clipped by this guy coming in his front there. And then here we're kind of doing some leapfrogging and stuff like that. But we managed to disadvantage the 2 British planes. We got some shots off, didn't really do anything, and now that 4 skill guy though is going to be at a little bit of an advantage because we just have our 1-3 guy going that direction. So we're going to have to do some maneuvering there to hopefully deal with that. But yeah, hoping to at least shoot another British plane down this turn. That should get us close to the end of the game. But British keep doing their tight turns every turn, so we're kind of stuck with some not so good or relevant cards right now, just because we haven't really gotten shot at. But we'll be back after another turn. All right, we're back at the end of another turn. Lots more maneuvering and lots more shooting. Go ahead and walk us through some of the British stuff.
Pretty much the same as before. Try not to die.
Yeah.
No, they using tight turn to try to get turned around over here,
right,
and going back to advantage to try to set up something in the future. Basically trying to stay out of arcs. The ace is in trouble.
Yep, he got shot. He's got 2 guys tailing him, but so far his bucket of dice that he uses for maneuvers helped him. He did get a shot off this turn, but we dodged that, thankfully.
Yeah, it's trying to stay out of arcs is the thing and trying to not to get disadvantaged through tailing. That's the hard part for the Brits at this point.
Yeah, we're trying to hopefully connect with some more dice here. We can drop one more Spitfire finally, especially that dang number 2 guy who just will not stop.
Yeah, when I paint these, that one will get a special paint job, I think. No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it has to have something to show that it's really a 5 skill pilot in 2.
Might drill a whole bunch of holes into him just to
show some damage.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I'll get my magnifying glass for that.
Right, but we'll be back after another one here. All right, we are back. I believe it's the end of 7, could be 8. Getting a little bit late.
Kind of lost count at this point.
Yeah, definitely getting a little bit late. Lots of stuff happened this turn, so more outmaneuvering and trying to keep the Brits disadvantaged. They're definitely recovering a little bit over here. We ended up, what did we end up doing? We moved out of the clouds here to deal with that one Spitfire that was there, but we'll come to that in a second. This guy is advantage. He's chasing the Brits there. He's kind of in a bad spot, but he got himself back to neutral. That far Spitfire avoided going off the board and is coming back in with a vengeance. And then here, again, kind of doing some leapfrogging here, are back to 109s. Took some snapshots into the ace, good old Sailor Moon there. Didn't hit him, could not buy a hit. They moved up, took their regular shots at the Pilot Skill 2 Spitfire, who still managed to dodge a whole bunch of stuff. it finally took that third 109 coming in to finally down that little bastard. He probably survived something like 60 or so dice coming at him over the course of the whole game so far. So definitely got to paint him up and maybe give him like special camouflage or something when you get around to painting your Brits. Our ace is still coming in too. He's going to try and maneuver and get a little bit in a better position here since we really need to be chasing his ace now and try and wrap things up here. So we do have 4 boom tokens on the Brits here, so one more plane really will end up doing it, I think, if we can shoot another down. But we got to still play smart and not get outmaneuvered here. So we'll be back one last turn just due to time constraints. All right, we're back. We did play one final turn here. So didn't manage to down another British plane, but we definitely have a pretty good advantage here. We got most of our force going over here to hunt down the British ace. He does have one advantage Spitfire coming our way, but that's manageable. Kind of moved into the clouds, which forced him to actually go ahead of me there. So potentially sort of steering him into spots where we want him. We got another 109 there, advantage coming off on the other side of the clouds. So ideally we could start trapping that pilot skill 4 Spitfire there. And then, like I said, we still have all of our planes, and our ace is going to start maneuvering in again too. But due to time constraints, we're going to call things there. So not a for sure win here, but the Luftwaffe is up 4 boom tokens to none, and also 2 down Spitfires, and we still have all of our planes. So and then yeah. So like I said, this was more of an early war battle, so 1940-ish. We did end up, a correction from what we had earlier in the video, we did move our ace onto basically just the early war 109. I forgot we could do that in this game. So so yeah, that's kept that in order there, so he's not flying the later model. But yeah, so interesting turn of events here, the 109s. Not that much in the way of firepower, but just, you know, equal maneuverability more or less than as the Spitfires. And having the 2 extra planes for free with the card helped as well.
Yeah, numbers is
a really
very, very powerful card.
Yeah.
Giving, well, we did the math earlier. If it were Mustangs,
right, it was like 190 points.
Nearly.
Well, if you take pilot skill 3,
right?
Yeah.
Pilot skill 3 gets you nearly half, not quite half of what you would play in a 500-point game, but
right.
Lots of planes. I mean, lots of points worth of planes. The 2 extra is powerful. I mean, you have to do the average, I believe, the average skill level of all your pilots.
Right.
So in your case, it was
They're
3.
all 3s, yeah, basically.
Yeah, but it's a powerful card.
Yeah.
To have the actually numbers advantage. It's not just, you know, not something you joke about. It's really a heavy part of the game.
Mm-hmm. We did end up rolling a fair bit of crits towards the end, but the Brits still ended up dodging them. But we did get, like I said, we finally chased down that pilot skill 2 guy, although he's pretty legendary right now with everything that he did survive, as long as he did. So we'll say that he safely parachuted out for future endeavors. Maybe he'll be at pilot skill 3 now since he survived.
He's in a he's in a POW camp now.
That's true. Yeah, we said this was over Europe. So yeah. So but yeah, overall fun game. Learned some more as well. So next time we might try like a bomber escort mission, or we might go to maybe in like mid-war or late war again. We'll see what happens. But definitely we'll have pretty much everything painted up for you guys in the next video. So hope you enjoyed that. Hit us with a like if you could, and subscribe if you haven't already, and then we'll see you in the next one.